Why was the Book of Enoch excluded from the Bible? This ancient text, filled with spiritual secrets, reveals fascinating stories about fallen angels, the mysterious Nephilim, and apocalyptic visions. In this video, we will explore what truly lies within its pages and why it continues to captivate so many. Get ready to uncover the forbidden knowledge in Enoch and understand how it impacts faith and theology to this day. If this topic has already piqued your interest, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to keep exploring these mysteries with us. Structure of the book. The Book of Enoch is divided into 5 sections, each revealing unique and profound aspects of the supernatural and divine justice. The first part, the Book of the Watchers, focuses on fallen angels and the Nephilim giants, covering themes ranging from corruption on earth to imminent divine judgment. Next, we have the Book of Parables, where Enoch shares visions of the final fate of the righteous and the wicked, touching on themes that echo Revelation, foreshadowing the confrontation between good and evil. These texts thus bring to light the mysteries of the Book of Enoch, intriguing scholars for centuries. The Book of Astronomical Visions presents a perspective on the cosmos as a meticulously ordered creation, where Enoch describes the movement of celestial bodies and natural cycles within a spiritual and mathematical context. This section portrays the physical world as harmoniously aligned with cosmic proportions, highlighting the angelic hierarchy and God's sovereignty over the entire universe. This fascinating, dense knowledge arouses curiosity about the spiritual secrets and forbidden knowledge contained in the book. In the Book of Dreams and the Epistle of Enoch, the author describes prophetic visions and spiritual guidance, always with an apocalyptic tone. Enoch experiences dreams that seem to illustrate the rise and fall of kingdoms, along with a series of divine judgments, in a narrative that combines history and prophecy. The epistle, in turn, acts as a letter of guidance for the faithful, showing the importance of justice and fidelity to God. This rich and intriguing structure makes the Book of Enoch and the Old Testament complement each other at many points, though with nuances that help explain why the Book of Enoch was excluded from the official Bible. Fallen angels and giants. The Book of Enoch brings forth the story of the fallen angels, known as the Watchers, celestial beings who descended to earth and mingled with human women, creating a race of giants called the Nephilim. These angels, by rebelling against divine purposes, taught forbidden secrets to humanity, such as the use of weapons and magical practices. This narrative is both fascinating and dark, highlighting themes of corruption and forbidden knowledge that altered the course of humanity. A plot that explains part of the mysteries of the Book of Enoch and its connection to original sin. The Book of Enoch's secrets introduce complex spiritual concepts, showing the impact of angelic intervention on human life. Additionally, it exposes how the Nephilim brought destruction and disorder, a situation that, according to the text, culminated in the judgment of the flood, where God decided to purify the earth. This link with the biblical flood offers a perspective on the Old Testament that helps explain why divine actions were so severe. Here, the question of justice and divine power intensifies in the text. According to the book, the judgment of the Watchers marks a crucial point. The fallen angels are punished and condemned to darkness, while the chaos they created is destroyed. At this point, Enoch acts as an intermediary between the Watchers and God, conveying messages of condemnation and judgment. This story, although not officially included in the Bible, provides a different understanding of the angelic hierarchy and the relationship between angels and humans, creating a web of symbolism regarding spiritual battles and the mysteries between good and evil. Canonical status and controversy. The Book of Enoch has always been surrounded by controversy, especially regarding its exclusion from the biblical canon. Although it was considered inspirational by some early Jews and Christians, it ended up classified as apocryphal and was left out by most religious authorities. The book's authorship, considered pseudonymous and filled with mythological themes, raised doubts about its divine inspiration. Furthermore, certain passages directly contradict the Bible, which hindered its recognition as official scripture. despite containing hidden revelations about end times and teachings from fallen angels. However, This rejection did not erase the book's significance in various religious traditions. In Ethiopia, for instance, the Book of Enoch is still considered sacred and is part of the canon of the Ethiopian Orthodox Bible. This selective acceptance shows that the book's impact varies by religious context, and its narratives about the Watchers and the Nephilim remain influential. For scholars, its exclusion opens the door to exploring the boundaries between the sacred and the profane, investigating the line between forbidden knowledge in Enoch and teachings officially accepted in the scriptures. Moreover, the book reveals themes that resonate with Revelation and other prophecies, offering a detailed view of divine judgment and the end times. The impact of these apocalyptic themes on early readers and the fear of heresy led many to question the validity of its content. For Christianity and apocryphal books in general, the case of the Book of Enoch exemplifies the delicate issue of how the early church defined the authenticity of scriptures and the criteria for the canon, a debate that continues to spark curiosity among modern readers. Are you enjoying the secrets revealed by the Book of Enoch? Comment on what has intrigued you most so far, and share the video with friends so they too can discover it. Influence and legacy. Although excluded from the biblical canon, the Book of Enoch's influence is notable in both Judaism and early Christianity. Biblical authors, such as the writer of the Epistle of Jude, even cited the book directly, indicating its respect and importance at the time. Its apocalyptic visions and the concept of the Son of Man inspired narratives about final judgment and the redemption of the righteous. For many scholars, this reveals that even as an apocryphal text, the Book of Enoch contributed to shaping the imagery of end times, exploring themes that continue to stir curiosity about the mysteries of the Book of Enoch. The influence of the Book of Enoch on the Old Testament is also evident in Christian theology, particularly in discussions about angels, demon, and the origin of evil. By describing the Watchers and their rebellion, the book offers a different perspective on the fall of angels, linking it to earthly corruption. This helped to build an understanding of spiritual warfare and the origin of evil forces, themes that echo in Revelation and other prophetic writings. Thus, the book's impact on religious thought goes beyond its absence from the canon and leads many to question why it was excluded. Even today, the legacy of the Book of Enoch remains strong, especially in esotericism and the study of apocryphal biblical texts. Its detailed descriptions of angelic hierarchies and visions of the apocalyptic future continue to inspire varied interpretations and fascinate readers. The idea that the book holds forbidden knowledge becomes attractive to those seeking answers beyond traditional scriptures, fueling constant investigation and rediscovery of Enoch's spiritual secrets. Astronomical and cosmic visions. The Book of Astronomical Visions is one of the most fascinating parts of the Book of Enoch, offering a unique perspective on how the universe operates. In this section, Enoch is taken on a journey through the heavens where he observes the stars, moon, and sun, revealing a cosmic order determined and governed by divine laws. Each celestial body follows a precise path, and this astronomical harmony demonstrates God's power over all creation, illustrating the spiritual secrets in Enoch. These intriguing details captivate the imagination and inspire awe for the divine organization that permeates even the smallest elements of the cosmos. Moreover, these astronomical visions provide a symbolic understanding of the relationship between Earth and the heavens. Enoch describes celestial portals, star trajectories, and the movement of constellations, showing how everything is connected by a sacred and orderly hierarchy. These teachings reveal aspects of the angelic hierarchy, suggesting that angels have specific roles in maintaining celestial cycles, strengthening the link between the spiritual and physical worlds. This knowledge, reserved only for the righteous, was seen as a special revelation, which explains why the Book of Enoch and Revelation share themes of divine knowledge that can only be understood by those pure in heart. Beyond its symbolic beauty, this section can also be viewed as a reflection on the moral order that God expects from humanity. The precision with which the stars follow their paths mirrors the ideal of obedience and harmony in the lives of the righteous, while chaos is reserved for the disobedient. In his visions, Enoch understands that astronomical knowledge serves as an analogy for divine justice. Anything deviating from its original purpose brings imbalance. The universe thus becomes a mirror of the spiritual laws governing creation, awakening a new understanding of the mysteries of the Book of Enoch. Prophetic dreams and symbolism. The prophetic dreams in the Book of Enoch are filled with symbolism, reflecting on humanity's destiny and revealing what is to come. In these dreams, Enoch sees representations of nations, with animals and figures symbolizing kingdoms and future events. In his visions, he observes a sequence of happenings, including the flood, the rise of empires, and the fall of others, providing a narrative that gives new meaning to biblical events. This symbolism is so profound that it inspires even modern scholars who see in it a deep reflection on the Book of Enoch and the Old Testament. These dream visions go beyond simple predictions. They also contain spiritual messages. Throughout the dreams, Enoch captures messages of justice and hope, where the judgment of the wicked and the salvation of the righteous are recurring themes. These secrets of the Book of Enoch emphasize the importance of remaining faithful, even in times of difficulty and uncertainty. By conveying these warnings, the text appeals to readers' sense of responsibility and faith, reminding them that trust in God will bring protection and victory in the end. For its audience, this symbolism becomes a powerful source of spiritual inspiration. Finally, the complexity of these dreams and symbols reinforces the idea that Enoch possessed forbidden knowledge. The book mirrors the human condition itself, where choices and their consequences are revealed through enigmatic figures and future events. This structure also resembles the style of apocalyptic books, filled with metaphors and visions of the end times. Thus, the mysteries of the Book of Enoch continue to influence our understanding of prophecies, revealing a spiritual world where every decision leads to a greater consequence. Biblical examples. The Book of Enoch interacts with biblical passages and figures, establishing deep parallels between the accounts. An important example is the flood narrative. While Genesis mentions the flood as an event of purification, Enoch provides a more detailed explanation, where the cataclysm appears as a response to the chaos brought by the fallen angels and their descendants, the Nephilim. This creates a scene of divine justice, where God, witnessing widespread corruption, decides to renew creation. Thus, the Book of Enoch and the Old Testament complement each other, deepening readers' understanding of the purpose behind the flood. Another example is the figure of Enoch, mentioned in Genesis as a man who walked with God and was taken by him. In the Book of Enoch, he emerges as a prophet who witnesses heavenly visions and gains knowledge of the angelic hierarchy and the end times. This portrayal of Enoch as an intermediary between God and the fallen angels reveals the complexity of his character and helps understand the role that the righteous can play in divine intercession. His contact with the heavenly realms not only sets him apart, but also suggests a direct connection between earth and heaven, a crucial theme in the mysteries of the Book of Enoch. Additionally, passages discussing the final judgment resonate with the apocalyptic visions of the New Testament, such as in Revelation. The idea of separation between the righteous and the wicked and the destined fate for each appears in both Enoch and the apostolic letters, especially in Jude, where the Book of Enoch is cited directly. These references strengthen the connection between Enoch and the biblical narrative, making it a source of wisdom about God's plan for humanity. These biblical examples not only enrich the text, but also guide us toward a broader reflection on spiritual purpose and divine revelation. Theological interpretation. The theological interpretation of the Book of Enoch is complex and has been the subject of deep debates among scholars and religious thinkers. One of the central issues is the narrative of the fallen angels who defy divine order by teaching forbidden secrets to humans. Theologically, this raises themes about the origin of evil and humanity's vulnerability to rebellious spiritual powers. The story of the Watchers reinforces the view that rebellion against God's will leads to devastating consequences, addressing a rarely explored aspect in the Old Testament: the fall of celestial beings and its impact on the human world. Another point of interpretation is Enoch's role as a prophet who intercedes on behalf of the fallen angels, while also delivering messages of condemnation to the rebels. This duality of Enoch as both intercessor and judge deepens the idea of mediation between the divine and the human. Theologically, Enoch represents God's voice of justice and the power of forgiveness, standing out for his forbidden knowledge and his communion with God. His vision of the final judgment aligns closely with descriptions in Revelation, offering a broader understanding of the fate of souls and universal judgment. The exclusion of the book from the canon also has a theological interpretation. Early theologians considered it overly mythical and, possibly, a source of doctrinal division. However, the themes it addresses about the struggle between good and evil and divine intervention influenced Judeo-Christian theology and the Christian view of angels and demons. This impact of the Book of Enoch on theology is visible in reflections on justice, the role of obedience, and the salvation of the righteous, reinforcing that, despite being apocryphal, it carries a powerful message about the relationship between God and creation. Impact on personal life. The Book of Enoch offers a perspective that can profoundly impact readers' personal lives, especially in its approach to ethical and spiritual behavior. By recounting the story of the fallen angels and the Nephilim, the text shows how deviating from divine will leads to chaos and destruction, serving as a warning about the dangers of pride and rebellion. For those seeking to live in alignment with spiritual principles, this message suggests the importance of seeking divine wisdom instead of being seduced by shortcuts and forbidden knowledge that can lead to error. The life of Enoch, described as righteous and God-fearing, also inspires readers to pursue a deeper communion with the Creator. He is portrayed as a man who walked with God and was blessed with celestial visions and an understanding of the cosmos. His example challenges each individual to reflect on their own spiritual journey and cultivate a sincere connection with the divine. This practice of turning to God in times of decision and seeking guidance echoes the message of the Old Testament and can strengthen daily spiritual life. Finally, the Book of Enoch's teachings on judgment and salvation encourage readers to live just and upright lives, knowing that their actions have greater consequences. For those who study the text, this understanding brings motivation to act with ethics and kindness, with the certainty that good does not go unnoticed by God. Thus, the book not only reveals mysteries but also puts personal life into perspective, leading readers to ask how they might apply these spiritual secrets from Enoch in their own faith journeys. Spiritual practices. The Book of Enoch inspires spiritual practices that seek a deeper understanding and intimacy with the divine. By narrating Enoch's journey through the heavens, the text suggests the importance of a life in harmony with God, achieved through constant prayer and meditation on divine laws. The disciplined and continuous pursuit of God reflects a desire for a purified life focused on spiritual values. Following Enoch's example, readers are encouraged to dedicate themselves to contemplating the spiritual secrets in Enoch and seeking divine truth amid worldly chaos. The story of the fallen angels and the Nephilim also reveals the value of spiritual vigilance. Enoch witnessed the corruption brought by these angels and the disastrous effects of the forbidden knowledge revealed to men. This teaches that discernment is an essential spiritual practice, helping individuals guard against influences and practices that could lead them astray. Avoiding practices that deviate from divine guidance and seeking God's wisdom becomes a way to apply these teachings, both in prayer and in everyday life. Finally, the book emphasizes the importance of commitment to justice and righteousness, values that sustain the relationship between God and creation. Following Enoch's guidance, the faithful are called to cultivate virtues such as integrity and compassion. These practices help create a life that honors divine precepts, striving to live in harmony with the angelic hierarchy and the cosmos. Thus, the spiritual practices inspired by the Book of Enoch serve as a path for those who wish to deepen their relationship with God and better understand the purpose of creation. Challenges and common doubts. The Book of Enoch raises various challenges and common doubts, especially with its enigmatic narratives and themes such as fallen angels and forbidden knowledge. One of the main questions is about the text's authenticity and inspiration, as it is not considered canonical by most Christian traditions. Many wonder Why was the Book of Enoch excluded? This exclusion prompts questions about what truly differentiates sacred books from apocrypha and how early Christianity dealt with these works, making the book a constant challenge for readers and scholars. Another challenging point is interpreting the symbolism present in Enoch's visions. The book addresses complex themes like the workings of the cosmos and the spiritual hierarchy, requiring careful reading and theological context. Many readers feel uncertain about understanding these passages and finding practical applications of the teachings. This makes studying the book require additional guidance, as the mysteries of the Book of Enoch are not easily comprehended and can lead to contradictory interpretations. Finally, the apocalyptic visions and final judgment narrated in the book raise doubts about the relevance of these prophecies for the modern world. For some, Enoch's images and prophecies are too distant and symbolic to apply to everyday life, while others believe they contain important spiritual secrets to understanding the purpose of creation. These differing interpretations leave readers with the question, to what extent does the Book of Enoch offer guidance applicable to today's spiritual life? These challenges show that the text remains a source of constant reflection. Community action. The Book of Enoch presents teachings that encourage the practice of justice and care for others, which can be interpreted as a call to community action. The narrative emphasizes the importance of living in righteousness and harmony, warning about the negative impact of the corrupt actions of the fallen angels. This warning suggests that evil is amplified when left unchecked, something that is also reflected in community life. Thus, following Enoch's example invites people to become guardians of peace and justice in their surroundings, acting as agents of transformation. Inspired by the spiritual values of the text, groups and communities can strengthen bonds and promote solidarity. Enoch, as a prophet, sought to guide people toward the path of good, which serves as a powerful example of spiritual leadership. This role can be replicated in today's context, encouraging leaders who promote ethics and collective well-being, making decisions that prioritize the common good over selfishness. This vision aligns with the ideal of a just community, where collaboration and respect are part of everyday life. Furthermore, the impact of the Book of Enoch on theology can inspire religious and spiritual communities to gather for reflection and prayer, strengthening faith together. These actions of unity not only solidify faith, but also help confront the challenges and doubts raised by the book. Coming together as a community allows members to find strength and discernment to live by spiritual values, making the community a reflection of the justice and compassion promoted by the text. Prayer and meditation. The practice of prayer and meditation occupies a central place in the Book of Enoch, reflecting the pursuit of a deep and continuous connection with the divine. Known for his closeness to God, Enoch inspires us to dedicate time to contemplating and seeking the presence of the Creator, whether through prayer or silent reflection. These moments of spiritual intimacy allow each individual to make space for the forbidden knowledge in Enoch, that which aims at wisdom and truth, to understand the divine laws that govern life. By dedicating oneself to these practices, the faithful find peace and discernment amidst daily challenges. Meditation, as described in the book, also involves an understanding of creation and cosmic order. By observing the cycles and perfection of the universe, Enoch suggests that meditation on God's works is a form of praise. This kind of meditation helps one understand their place in creation, elevating thought to a spiritual plane and promoting a life guided by serenity and harmony. Reflecting on the cosmos and the secrets of the Book of Enoch strengthens one's faith and connection to the divine purpose. Lastly, the regular practice of prayer and meditation brings individuals closer to understanding the mysteries and divine revelations contained in the text. Constant dialogue with God and introspection reveal new insights, allowing for a broader understanding of Enoch's spiritual secrets. This practice serves as a foundation for the journey of faith, strengthening the soul and preparing it for challenges, always in pursuit of truth that transcends the visible. Thus, prayer and meditation become essential tools for living a life inspired by Enoch's revelations. Future and hope. The Book of Enoch offers a vision of the future that inspires hope for the righteous and serves as a warning about challenges to come. Its apocalyptic visions, although somber, contain promises of salvation and renewal for those who remain faithful. The central message is that, despite the corruption and chaos brought by the fallen angels and their descendants, the final judgment will bring a new order where God's justice will be restored. This perspective helps readers remain steadfast, remembering that present suffering is temporary compared to the promise of a renewed world. The book also suggests that knowledge and faith guide the path to salvation. By revealing spiritual secrets in Enoch, the text motivates each person to seek the truth, develop virtues, and live in harmony with divine principles. This search for truth brings hope and purpose, as it indicates that for those who dedicate themselves to righteousness, there is the certainty of reward and peace. This ideal future, where the righteous will be elevated, resonates deeply with the human desire for justice and spiritual restoration. Finally, the impact of the Book of Enoch on theology serves as a reminder that faith in a greater purpose can transform present reality. The future described in the book is not just a distant destination, but a goal to be pursued with actions of kindness and integrity, influencing the present. For believers, Enoch's revelations about the future represent a promise that by maintaining hope and acting with righteousness, they are moving toward true spiritual peace. This future envisioned by Enoch offers a horizon that transcends time, inspiring one to live with hope. Conclusion. With the Book of Enoch in hand, one question remains: how can we apply all this knowledge to our spiritual lives? The story of the fallen angels, apocalyptic visions, and hidden revelations awaken in us the desire to live a life of integrity and connection with the divine. Enoch reminds us of the importance of justice, the pursuit of wisdom, and understanding our role in God's greater plan. What steps are you willing to take to delve deeper into these mysteries and strengthen your faith? If you wish to continue exploring deep spiritual themes and learning more about the hidden curiosities and revelations in the Scriptures, subscribe to the channel and enable notifications. This way, you stay up to date with each new piece of content that helps us understand more about the divine purpose.